realize how many problems I had until becoming married. And going back to what you said, yes, you did not realize how to conflict because you never seen it. Yeah, you never seen your parents conflict. So when you came into a marriage with someone who almost enjoys conflict,
You
it's like
too.
I enjoy confrontation, and I believe conflict can bring understanding once it's done in the right way. But how do you deal with disagreements? How do you deal with conflicts? How do you deal with that stuff in a healthy way if you've never seen it modeled and you only react how you know how to react? So one of the things, even what we did with our values, is we also recognized where we were a little bit poor
Yeah.
and said, okay, how can we become better there? And we also realized, oh, that's a value of
Mm.
ours. Hey, welcome back to Truth Be Told with Patrick, and I'm here with my wife, Megan. And today we want to talk a little bit about values. We want to talk specifically about our family values. So we got married just, by the time you see this, over a year. And we're about to celebrate our 1 year actually this week, which
Yes.
is pretty insane. But one of the things that we actually did that was very intentional when we just got married is we came up with family values.
Mm.
And we believed that to be really important, but honestly, it's been very beneficial.
It really
And we've
has.
only been married for 1 year, but there's some things that we're still trying to figure out, like me keeping the toilet seat down. But there's some things that's real.
So
That's
real,
the
guys.
frustration's also real.
Very, very real.
It's been a bone of contention in our house.
Yes.
But there's some things that have been an absolute blessing to our family,
Yeah.
and one of them is having values. And maybe other families do this, maybe other couples do this. We only did this when we became married, and I think it's really something you can work on before being married. You
Yeah.
genuinely can. There's no reason why you can't. But it has honestly brought strength, and it has also exposed
Mm.
certain things in our marriage.
It has.
And I think being married this year, we have learned the importance of building, but also the importance of exposing certain things that we don't want to take root in our marriage.
Very.
So today we're going to talk about values, and
Yes.
maybe you're here and you have no idea what values even are. You just see people, motivational speakers, talk about why you should have them. But we want to bring a real insight to what values are, share some of our values, and
Mm.
maybe help or inspire you to, have some values for your life, for your family.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Megan, I've done a lot of talking.
Yes, you have, Chatterbox.
Thank you very much. Tell me, for you,
Mm.
what are values? How would you describe that to somebody?
Hmm. I would say for me, values are things of importance to someone. Just very plain and simple. Things that are of importance to someone. I think values are something that bring structure and shape to someone's behavior because you act in alignment to your values. So for me, that's what values are. And within the context of our marriage and our relationship, I think the values keep us in alignment to how we should act towards one another.
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, that's what values is.
really good, really good. I have a friend. His name is Pastor John Stanton. He described values to me in a really great way as well,
Mm.
very similar to what you said. But he used the illustration of a solar system, or let's say an atom, and he talked about how the same way planets orbit around the sun, or electrons orbit around the nucleus of an atom. I think my science is so bad. That's why I didn't even want to use this example. But he said, in that way, our values are like that. We orbit around our values
Yeah.
with the hope, and the vision to one day fully embody those values. But
Yeah.
there are things that we stay close to, and there are things that pull us back in,
Yeah.
which is really cool, kind of what you said. So why don't we do this? Why don't we share our values? Share. I don't even know if we remember how we came up with them, but what do they
Yeah.
mean? So the average person kind of knows what we're talking about.
Yeah. So we actually came up with our family values on our honeymoon. Do you remember?
No, oh, we did,
Yeah.
guys. I love to work, so You might have thought that we were just chilling around on our honeymoon. No, I had my laptop. We were setting goals for the next like 1 year of our life. We were
It's, he doesn't let me rest,
You know
guys.
what? That's so funny.
My husband's a workaholic.
I didn't even give us like a week.
No,
We were
you're straight in.
we were straight in.
Yeah,
I miss our honeymoon.
it was really nice.
Imagine if we were there right now. It's so cold in Ireland.
Or it's actually freezing, and we'd have that Indian.
Oh my god.
Guys, every night on our honeymoon, we found this Indian restaurant, and we went like it was our first time having Indian food. Was it your first time?
Yes.
Yeah, first time having Indian food, and it was
What was it called?
incredible.
What was it called?
Tandoori nights. Oh,
I don't
sorry.
know why you said it like that, but it's okay.
I'm
I just
just
thought
getting
you were just I
excited.
know. It was the best food ever.
It was so
It
good.
was the best food ever.
It was so good.
Anyways, to come back. So we made our values on our honeymoon.
Yeah.
And we were thinking about it even before that, but we only kind of really sat down and really nailed them down.
Mm.
So tell us our values, Megan.
So we have clarity is kind, and that's the first value, communication.
Exactly. So, Megan said it. Communication is our first value, and our statement behind that is clarity is kindness. Our second value.
Oh, which order do we do? Communication. I'll do forgiveness.
Yes.
That's our next value. So forgiveness, and the statement behind that was forgiveness before the ask.
You're getting them mixed up.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. So we have three values, guys. Okay. Thank you, Megan. We're gonna see which one Megan forgets to embody sometimes. But our first one, yes, is communication. Our second one is transparency.
Mm.
And our third one is forgiveness.
Yeah.
And forgiveness, all we said behind that is we're gonna forgive one another so we can stay together. For transparency, we said transparency is honesty before they ask.
Oh, you're right. Oh,
I'm
I
going
hate
with
when
you.
you're right.
I am always right.
Oh, you're always right. That's so annoying.
So the idea behind transparency, because communication is very kind of, yeah, transparency is harder than honesty. And so we said, hey, okay, but we want to have a transparent marriage between us.
Yeah.
So, meaning, again, you guys can see this cup that I'm holding right now. You don't know what's in here. Yes, you know it's hot. You know that I'm drinking it, but you do not know what's inside of this cup. And this is how a lot of us are. We are all filled with something, but others can't actually see what we're filled with. So in our marriage, we discovered very quickly that it is possible to be with each other quite often, know each other more than anyone else, but still have so much of yourselves and so many of the things that you're doing hidden from someone else. So we want to be transparent.
Mm.
And transparent is me being honest before Megan even has to ask.
Yeah.
So a small example of transparency is this. Hey babe, I'm not having a great day at work, and it's kind of following me home. So if I seem a little bit distant, it's just because work wasn't good.
Mm.
But it also goes to much deeper stuff, but it's a
Mm.
great one. And then the last one being forgiveness,
Mm.
which is so important. I think you've had to forgive me, and I've had to forgive you more times in our marriage than our entire years of dating.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important we know where Paul talks about love, and he talks about a godly love, and talks about how love holds no records. And we know that, for example, God's love demonstrated by how he sent his son down the cross for us, but how the blood of Jesus wipes away all record of our sin. And love should embody that. How can I forgive Megan in a way where I've actually forgiven her and I'm not holding on or reminding her of what she did and how she had to earn my forgiveness?
Mm.
So Megan does not need to earn my forgiveness, and I shouldn't have to earn Megan's forgiveness. But we're obviously not going to take that for granted.
Yeah.
So these are our three values, and we believe these three things to be important. We believe if we want to start a family, we want to build on this foundation,
Mm.
because many people try to build a house without building a foundation. And maybe you are already in this place where you've actually realized, hey, we've just been figuring out. We've not put any language. We've not taught about it, and it's gotten us this far. But I would encourage you, hey, why don't you just make some values known to yourselves so you guys know what you value, but also something to hold you accountable.
Mm.
Because what our hope is when we have kids, that our kids will embody these values. My hope is that we won't need to even tell our kids what our values are, but they would embody it by seeing how it they're characteristics of us.
Yeah. And having these values have set a certain standard
Mm.
in our marriage. I remember we were having a disagreement one time and I wasn't communicating clear enough. And you brought it back to the values. And that brought us to a place of, okay, I need to come back and actually be in alignment to what we said for this marriage and be clear in my communication because it's actually been unkind, you know? And I feel like having that foundation of, okay, these are three values, this is what we always come back to, will always bring us to a place of unity rather than disunity. So the importance of having family values have really, 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 really shown throughout the year of just always like coming back to them, always coming back to them. I feel like for me, the value in which I probably would have struggled the most with is communication.
Mm.
I think we all kind of communicate differently, and my initial reaction to conflict per se is to shell up and to be quiet and not actually express what's going on. But
Why
I'm
is that?
yay, why are you getting into the okay, no. We'll be real and honest here. So
We'll be transparent.
we'll be transparent. So I'd say growing up, like my parents have a phenomenal marriage. And
They do.
I've never actually seen them like disagree at all. It's so weird. Like they're just always like lovey dovey. Anyways, I feel like they probably did have their conflicts at some point in their marriages, but it's not something I ever seen. Like I never seen my parent actually fight. I only ever saw them in a very loving light. And I feel like I actually never just really saw conflict being played out. So I don't know how to conflict well, if that makes sense. Like the only time where I'd see conflict, I'm like, it obviously needs to end in like a big, massive, like screaming match or something like that. That's my perception of what conflict would look like because all I saw was just peaceful conflict and peace. You know what I mean? Um, so for me, I was like, I modeled that in my life. Like my initial thing is just to shrink in and just be more quiet and like it'll hopefully kind of go away, but like yeesh, it doesn't go away. You need to really communicate the things that are on your mind, and it's not that I wouldn't have things to say, but like the fear of what if I say the wrong thing or what if me speaking is going to make this worse. But not saying anything actually long like in the long term makes everything even more complicated and makes it even more worse because you're then sweeping things under the rug and then it piles up and you're like one day. It's really really unhealthy to not speak up, whether that's in conflict or just in general. Because if you're like me and your initial thing is just to be quiet, like your standpoints for almost everything could just be quiet, but your opinions, your thoughts, like they deserve to be heard, you know? And your partner does want to hear them.
Yes.
So, what about you? What would be maybe the
Well,
value?
firstly, even before going into that, thank you for even sharing that,
Hmm.
because I think I don't know if you came into our marriage with the same perception, but I thought everything would be solved. I thought all my problems would just kind of vanish, and I didn't realize how many problems I had until becoming married. And going back to what you said, yes, you did not realize how to conflict because you never seen it. Yeah, you never seen your parents conflict. So when you came into a marriage with someone who almost enjoys conflict,
You
it's like
too.
I enjoy confrontation, and I believe conflict can bring understanding once it's done in the right way. But how do you deal with disagreements? How do you deal with conflicts? How do you deal with that stuff, in a healthy way if you've never seen it modeled and you only react how you know how to react? So one of the things, even what we did with our values, is we also recognized where we were a little bit poor
Yeah.
and said, okay, how can we become better there? And we also realized, oh, that's a value of ours. One of the things I felt, one of the values in which I've struggled the most in is definitely, without a doubt, transparency. Reason being is because as a child, as a kid, I really dealt and struggled with shame, feeling like I wasn't enough, or if people knew the real me, or if, they saw me for who or what I actually am, they wouldn't think of me the same. They wouldn't accept me. So I really struggled with shame. And what shame can do, and it's different for everyone, and I know there's someone probably watching right now that struggles with shame. What shame can do is shame can cause you to hide. So, in the same way, a girl who is insecure about her arms will always wear a long sleeves clothing, or a boy that's insecure about his body will go into the pool with a t-shirt. They will go into spaces but will hide what they are shameful about.
Mm.
So I think when we got into our marriage, and even in our relationship, I realized, ooh, what I am insecure or shameful for, I will tend to hide. It's the same way where in Genesis 3, when Adam and Eve sinned and were in the garden, and the scriptures say it said that they felt shame and they hid in the bushes from one another, but they also hid from God. And so shame causes us to hide from everyone.
Yeah.
So I think transparency became really hard because in order for me to be transparent, it means I need to showcase.
Yeah.
It means I can no longer hide. It's the opposite, as you can see, where Megan struggles naturally with communication. I would have struggled with transparency. So that's been a struggle because those two values in particular are really not in our like natural arsenal of characteristics.
Yeah.
They're really not. So that's been the struggle for me in that area, learning okay how to be transparent and learning okay it's okay for Megan to see me in this light. And then as I know it's been a learning curve on okay what do I do with this level of transparency that my husband just showed me,
Mm.
because when somebody opens up to you to something that's very sensitive and vulnerable, how do you even react?
Mm.
What do you even do? This stuff. So there's so many different aspects.
There is so many different aspects for sure. And even just touching on that transparency, I like it's not one I say I would have struggled with to the same level that like you would have, but something that I actually had to realize that might sound a bit silly in it is I had the expectation, just crazy expectation, that you could read my mind and just know what I want or know what I'm
That is
thinking.
definitely not a girl thing. Definitely not a girl thing. You're the only one that struggles with
So, and I think that really does fall in the lines of transparency and
it.
like
Does yeah.
communication as well a bit. But your husband isn't going to be a mind reader. He's not going to know, I'm craving, I don't know, a small pack of Doritos right now, and he should just show up to work when he picks me up with a bag of Doritos and flowers. You know what I mean? Like that sounded like I was throwing a dig.
That was Megan. That was clearly a dig,
I
and
actually,
you know it.
I
You
actually
know it.
wasn't.
You know that was a dig. Okay, I want you to look at the camera with a straight face and say that was not a dig.
It's just funny because when I hear it back, I'm like, "Ooh, that sounded bad." I promise.
So you did not want flowers today.
I actually didn't want flowers today because my friend bought me these beautiful flowers, so I already have flowers. Um,
First.
but the gas, I didn't mean that as a dig at all. But sometimes I would think that Patrick should just know and he should just get it, like you should just know me. And
See the way you're speaking with emphasis now. Get it and know me.
you
Speaking
should
with
know me.
speaking with vim and passion.
I'm sorry, I'm just imitating you. Patrick is always like, you should just know me. You should just know.
I am
Uh,
not a sassy person, so we
you're
need
not
to take.
without the hand.
Okay. Yeah, I'm to be fair.
Um, but I would have that same thought of why doesn't he just know what I want? Or let's say if I'm sitting on the couch, right? Patrick and I are kind of polar opposites in the sense of I'm super affectionate and he's like, don't touch me. Um, and if we're sitting on the couch, for example, I would be thinking, oh, he's probably just gonna come over and cuddle me or something. And I'd be waiting there all day till we go to bed and there's no cuddle on the couch. But how am I to like how is he supposed to know that when I know that Patrick is completely different than I am? How is he ever going to know that oh, Megan likes to be cuddled on the couch when I never ever said it, when I never ever initiated it at all or put it down on the table? Like you're not a mind reader and being able to be transparent with the things that I want is also really valid in our relationship because Patrick's always trying to figure out what do you want? What do you want? But he shouldn't have to always be like, what do you want? Like a big one. What do you want to eat? For it's so simple. What do you want to eat? He shouldn't always have to be like trying to figure it out. Like I can come, hey, this is what I want.
Mhm.
And you deal with that.
Yeah,
You
no,
know?
I think like it's just making it known. Of course,
Yeah.
I think you, just from being your husband, I know you're always going to have a little bit of you that wants me to know what you want,
Yep.
and I think I do that pretty well. I think I actually know you
You do.
extremely well.
You do.
Like on the odd chance I miss it,
Yeah.
but for the most part, so I think it's just about making those things known.
Yeah.
But then looking at the value, that's not a struggle.
Yeah.
Not communication, sorry, forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
What's that been like?
I think that's been genuinely, I actually would say you're actually a lot better than that than I am.
Really?
I would 1000% give it to you.
Interesting. I think you're much better than it than me.
Really?
Yeah.
I think so. In our church, a value is a thick skin, soft heart. I think that you have like the thickest skin and the softest heart there is. Um, a lot of the times before I even say I'm sorry, you've already made the decision to forgive me. Whereas I can be a bit more like, I need to hear the apology and then maybe apologize again, maybe hug me. Like there's a few things
Nah,
like
babe.
I feel a bit icy.
Nah, you're chilling.
Really?
You're very good. Like,
Oh, I'm shocked.
yeah, I can give you a hug and a kiss, and we're good. And honestly, like you're like, and you know what you do really well, baby.
No,
You do not hold records.
I actually don't.
You do not hold records. I feel like I can at times have a propensity to hold records.
Mm,
You don't. That's one great thing. You do not hold records. I think you're great. I think yeah. Sometimes you're slow,
yeah.
and sometimes I have to be like, Megan, remember now, you know. And then you'd be like, okay, because
Yeah.
like I do think I can forgive
Mm,
quicker, and I think I can be angry and still forgive. So
mm,
there's been times that I will say, hey, I'm very angry. I'm
mm,
really angry, and this actually really hurts. But I'm gonna forgive you.
mm.
But I need to process this because I'm really.
Yeah.
And there's been some of that where it's like it's difficult, but okay, let me let you know because I know how it makes you feel when you don't think you're forgiven.
Yeah. I feel like when you're like, I'm like, oh my gosh, he doesn't forgive me. Like the world is ending. That's just me. So like, you really do reassure me in those moments. There again, your communication, which is also is very,
So I was
your
gonna say,
communi-
what's your best value?
um, oof,
I'm gonna see if
it's
you
kind of
agree.
hard. I wouldn't have thought forgiveness. So when you say it, I'm kind of maybe it is. Maybe it's forgiveness or transparency.
Well, there's only three, so let's try and get one. That's
Okay.
2/3 of.
Okay, I'll go with transparency. Do you agree? Or you like no forgiveness more?
No, you're fairly transparent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that too. Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
What would you give me?
No, what would you give yourself? And then I'll tell you.
Communication,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
That's good. At least we see each other's strengths and also weaknesses.
Your communication is A1.
Yeah.
Like so good. Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like that's something I never fully like understand. Like how can you just say it as is? But you're very like good. I think you grew up in a household where everyone just like you're always just like speaking your mind and like even I remember the first few times coming over, like you and your mom were always kind of going at it like in a like banter, playful way. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. But like just very outspoken like that.
Yeah, I come from a household called the Bios. And if you know the bias, you know we don't play with that type of stuff. And it's like, hey, you gotta say it and you gotta mean it.
Mm.
Because if you say something I don't like, you better mean it. Because we're we're squaring up now. You know what I mean, Mom? But
It's funny how your upbringing does actually shape how you are
yes,
in your relationships.
oh yes,
It's
yes,
actually crazy
it does.
because I never realized how, oh, like there's certain things I do is because of, oh, my upbringing, and same for you.
Mhm.
But it really does shape and mold
It
you.
does,
And
doesn't it?
like you can see it in our values, like, oh, you've grown up like this, I've grown up like this, or we're so different, but
Yeah.
like it just works, you know?
Mm. So I think both of us would admit that having values is just it's just genuinely being great.
Hmm.
And we started off with three.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we'll always have three.
Yeah.
We might have four, five, six, seven. I don't know. But I'm happy we started with three. Because if we started with any more, it would have been it wouldn't be manageable.
Yeah.
And what's great is we were able to also say, hey, remember communication is value. Like I would just say communication, and she knows.
Yeah.
Transparency, hey, we don't use forgiveness as much because it's a
Yeah.
little bit cheeky for me to do
Yeah.
something and be like, hey, hey, hey,
Hey,
hey,
forgive me.
forgiveness. That one's a little bit, you don't use it in those type of settings as much. But nonetheless, we use all of these values and they have been massive help. And I think our next step is to have values for ourselves that are personal.
Hmm.
What are some of our personal values? And I think for you guys listening, I think that's where you need to think, as well as having values for a relationship, for a future marriage, or for your family, whatever it is. You should also have personal values because your personal values will dictate your behaviors to other people. Like it will dictate how you behave
That's
with other
very
people.
true.
And so it's important to know what you value. And again, the point of a value is one day the goal is to embody that. So, for an example, if a value to you is communication, our personal value, you're going to make sure you communicate excellently with everyone else. Communication is not personal value with everyone. For me, it's not at all.
Hmm.
It's only a value with Megan.
Hmm.
You know, in our marriage, but it's not a high priority. It's not a value of mine to others. But a value of yours could be health and you want to be healthy. A value of yours that's personal, and if you don't know it, is joy. Megan carries around the joy of the Lord, and my goodness, it's contagious. But that should be a value of yours. Even though it's something that naturally comes to you, doesn't mean that it should not be a value.
Hmm. Sorry, I get a bit flustered when you say
Yes,
things like that to me.
it's okay. It's okay.
Guys, I still be shy as if we're just dating.
You do. Hey, let's keep that forever. Let's not lose that. But for you guys, we implore you, would you just think about what some of your values could be? What are some things that you would love to embody? What are some things that you would love your family to embody for you guys to be grounded on? It is not too late to build a foundation.
Yes, you can always, always build a foundation. Like, never ever feel like, oh, like, I know we've been in a relationship 5 years now. We can't really, you can learn values at
Yeah,
any stage because what is of importance you will prioritize.
exactly. Very good. And they
And
and they will change,
yeah,
and that's okay.
yeah,
But come on, have values. It will positively impact your life.
yeah, it'll just bring you closer as well
Yeah,
to unity thing,
yeah. That's fun.
Yeah, it was.
It's great chatting to you.
It's great chatting to you too.
We talk all the time, like honestly for hours.
Yeah,
Yeah. And it's cool that we get to kind of just put on a few lights and stick the camera up and
chat away.
chat away.
Hmm.
Chat away. Well, guys, it's cold in our house.
Yes, it actually is freezing.
Very cold. I can't feel my feet.
Neither can I. But you know what I'm feeling?
Well,
To watch a few episodes of Modern Family.
we're gonna watch some TV. Sure,
Yeah,
let's do that.
yeah.
Guys, you guys have a great night because we know we will.
Yes.
Or have a great morning or a great afternoon whenever you're watching. And we will see you next time. Make sure to check out this video that's just popped up. I have a good feeling that you're gonna like it.
Me too. See you guys in the next video. Bye.